Maldives is unceremoniously throwing out Indian troops and making a lot of noise about it. But India is also sending out a clear message to Maldives. Indian Ocean is, after all, called the Indian Ocean. So don't mess with us. How? I will explain later. But first, let's understand how Maldives is suddenly making Indophobic noises. A day after the Maldives signed an agreement with China to receive free military aid, Maldivian President Mohammad Muizzu said no Indian troops, including those in civilian clothing, will be allowed to enter the island nation after May 10th. Maldives news portal edition.mv reported. Muizzu's remarks came after an Indian civilian team reached the Maldives to take charge of one of the 3 aviation platforms in the island nation, well ahead of the March 10th deadline agreed by the 2 nations for the withdrawal of Indian military personnel. Addressing a gathering, Muizzu claimed that people were spreading rumors about his government's success in expelling Indian troops from the Maldives, according to edition.mv. The portal quoted Muizzu, widely regarded as a pro-China leader, as saying, "These people," he's referring to Indian military, "are not departing, that they are returning after changing their uniforms into civilian clothes. We must not indulge such thoughts that instill doubts in our hearts and spread lies. There will be no Indian troops in the country come May 10th, not in uniform and not in civilian clothing. Indian military will not be residing in this country in any form of clothing. I state this with confidence." Muizzu has asked India to replace military personnel who operate humanitarian service planes based in Maldives with civilian technical staff. At least 75 Indian military personnel are believed to be in Maldives, and their known activities include transporting patients from remote islands and rescuing people at sea. India-Maldives relationship soured after Muizzu came to power in Maldives on an India out plank. Right after his election, Muizzu was seen causing with the Chinese and his ministers getting embroiled in a controversy where they made derogatory remarks about Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Muizzu visited China ahead of India and said Maldives' small size is not a license for anyone to bully the country. He was referring to India. Since then, India's relationship with the island nation is going cold, but China's is strengthening. But India is not ready to lose its dominant position in the Indian Ocean. As the distance between India and Maldives grows, India is inching closer to another old partner in the Indian Ocean, Mauritius. India has deep ethnic and diplomatic ties with Mauritius. India has had diplomatic relations with Mauritius since 1948, and a large part of the Mauritius population is of Indian descent. In the last decade, India has helped Mauritius with infrastructure development projects like social housing, medical facilities, and even in constructing their Supreme Court building. Mauritius was also part of India's Mission Sagar, which was India's initiative to deliver COVID-19 related assistance to countries in the Indian Ocean region. As India's relationship with Maldives started deteriorating, it seems India started deepening its ties with Mauritius. While India is ensuring better ties with other island nations, it is also keeping its military might hovering quite close to Maldives. India has announced plans for a new naval base off the country's southwest coast and close to Maldives, as tensions are running high between Delhi and the island nation. The Indian Navy has said that it plans to build a base called INS Jatayu on Minicoy, the southernmost island in the Lakshadweep group of islands. India's Lakshadweep Islands lie about 130 kilometers or 80 miles north of the Maldives. In a statement, the Indian Navy said the base will enhance operational reach and facilitate the Indian Navy's operational effort towards anti-piracy and anti-narcotics operations in Western Arabian Sea. It will also augment Indian Navy's capability as the first responder in the region and augment connectivity with the mainland. The base is part of a policy to incrementally augment security infrastructure at the strategically important islands. Although India already has a base in the Lakshadweep, which is called INS Dweep Rakshak, But this edition is, as I said earlier, a clear message to Maldives that Indian Ocean is, after all, the Indian Ocean. Do tell us what you think about this video in the comment section, and for more news updates, subscribe to India Today.